So we're going to revise superlatives and comparatives, and then we're going to do a few exercises together to make sure that you understand the concepts. Let me just make it a bigger screen. Okay. So here, comparative adjectives, we said, are used to compare between two nouns. So we're going to learn a few examples. I'm going to use a few examples to compare between nouns. So I'm going to use my highlighter here. If you remember, comparative adjectives can be identified when we add ER at the end of the words, and we use them to compare between two nouns. So for an example here, I'm comparing between my book is longer, so I have ER, than her book. So I'm comparing between two books, my book and her book, my friend's book. Second example is, the dog runs faster than Spot. Spot is a person. It's a name of a person. So we're comparing between the dog and Spot, the person. And we also added ER here. So we are saying that someone is faster than the other. Superlative adjectives are a little bit different because they have EST at the end of them, and they compare between two or three nouns. So you have not only two nouns, but more than two nouns to compare. And you're saying that you're the most, for example, you're the fastest. That means you have the most speed. So here's an example. My book is the longest in the whole library. So you're comparing between your book and all the books in the library, and you're saying that it is the longest book. Another example here is, of all the dogs at the park, so you're comparing between a lot of dogs, and that dog is the fastest. So between one dog and a lot of dogs, and you said fastest, and we use EST at the end of the adjective to compare between more than two things. So I want you to remember the rules here. If a word ends with Y, we have to change the Y and put I when we add ER or EST. For example here, happy is ending in Y, so we remove the Y and we add IER when we're comparing between two nouns. And when we're comparing between more than two nouns, we add IEST. When we have, for example, words like hot or bigger, we have to add TT and double T too. Do you guys remember in the quiz when we had big, bigger, and biggest? So we also have to add, let me change the color so you guys can see it. Big, bigger, and biggest. Okay, so when it's ending in E, when there's a word ending in E, we only add R or EST. We don't have to put E again. So we have large, we only added R at the end, and we added E, and we added ST for the superlative. We don't have to add another E. When we have a big word like interesting, we have to say more or most. We can't add ER or EST when we have a big word. And if you guys remember, good becomes better, and then better becomes best, bad, worse, and worst. So these are the words that we need to remember because the last ones are irregular. They have no rules. Okay? So now we're going to do a few examples together. I will choose you guys to help me with the examples. Who wants to start with the first one? Who wants to help me with the first one?
His bike is smaller than my bike.
So we are trying to find the adjective here, the comparative adjective.
Smaller.
Do you see it?
Yeah, smaller.
Smaller. Well done, Yamin. Excellent. So I'm going to highlight the adjective here, and I know that this is the adjective because it ends with ER. Well done, Yamin. Ali, can you do the next one for me? Ali,
Yes.
can you read the second sentence for me over here? Number 2.
My baby is
Puppy.
cutter. My puppy is cutter
Cuter.
than that on
One.
one.
Which one do you think is the comparative? Which word has ER at the end of it?
Happier.
In number 2.
Number 2.
Which word has ER at the end of it?
Happy. Cut.
Cuter?
Cutter.
Cuter. Okay, good job, ya Ali. So cuter has ER at the end of it, so it's comparing between two puppies, and puppy means a baby dog. Thank you, Ali. Isman, can you help us with the third one? Do you see the screen?
Which number? Which number?
Number 3.
My good
Book.
is my book is shorter. Short
Yes, shorter.
than yours.
Well done. Very good reading, Uthman. So which word ends with ER that is comparing?
Short.
Shorter. Well done, Uthman. Shorter ends with ER, and it's comparing between two books, my book and your book. Well done, Uthman. Yasmin is raising her hand. Yasmin, can you read number 4 to us?
Okay. Our
Shoes.
are
Dirtier
than ours.
Yours.
Yours.
Well done, Yasmin. So which word here is comparing between our shoes and your shoes and ends with ER?
Their.
Yes. Someone? Dirtier. Dirtier.
Dirtier.
Excellent, Yasmin. So I'm going to highlight dirtier here. Zainab, I see you raising your hand. Can you read the first one in part 2, please?
He has the smallest bike of all.
So we're comparing between one bike and all the bikes. That's why it's ending in EST. Which word here is the comparing word?
Smallest.
Smallest. Excellent, Zainab.
Welcome.
Smallest is the word that is comparing between one bike and all the bikes. Thank you. Eileen, Number 2, please. Read number 2.
Number 2. I think my puppy is the
Puppy.
cutest puppy of all.
Cutest. Eileen, say it again when I help you with the pronunciation. Puppy.
Puppy.
And cutest.
Cutest.
Thank you. So I'm comparing here between one puppy and all the puppies. And we said puppy means a baby dog. So which word here is comparing between all the puppies and is ending with est? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Which word?
Teacher Email Mouse. Cutest.
Cutest. Yes, cutest is the superlative adjective here. Well done, Eileen. Bashair. She's raising her hand. Bashair, can you read number 3, please? Bashair.
My book is the
Shortest.
shortest book I have ever
read. Well done, Bashair. So I'm comparing between my book and all the books I read before. So I'm comparing between more than 2 nouns. So which word here is comparing and is ending with est?
Shortest.
Shortest. Well done, Bashair. Excellent. Muhammad, can you read number 4 to us, please?
Okay. Our
shoes
are
shoes
the
dirtiest
of all.
Oh, well done. So I'm comparing between our shoes and all the shoes. I'm comparing between more than 2 nouns. Which word here is comparing and ending with est?
Est? Here.
Dirtiest?
Yeah.
Yes, well done, Muhammad.
Yes.
So dirtiest here is the word comparing between more than 2 nouns. Good job, guys. I'm going to clear the board and then go down. Okay. Who wants to help me with the next one? Let's see, someone who still didn't participate. I'm going to read the example first, and then I'm going to give you a chance. So the first example here is saying, my flashlight is space than yours. So I'm comparing between my flashlight and your flashlights, only 2 things. So because I'm only comparing between 2 things, I only added ER at the end of the word bright. So they're giving you the words here at the end of each sentence. Clean, green, high. So we need to decide if we need to add ER or EST or most or more. So if we're comparing between 2 nouns, we need to add ER. If it's more than 2 nouns, we need to add EST. So let's see who can help me here. Malik, can you read the first one, please?
Okay. This room is
Dan? Malik, continue, please.
Then
That That.
On.
One. Well, one.
At.
So I'm comparing
On,
here,
Miss
Malik,
Ayman.
between this room and that one. So I'm comparing only between two things. So do I need to add ER or EST to clean?
مس ما بسمعك زين.
Do you need to add ER or EST?
No.
I'm comparing between this room and that room. I'm comparing
Miss
between
لكن
two
صوتك
things. Malik,
ما بسمعك صوتك مسمع. نعم.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
So do I need to add ER or EST?
ER.
Good job. And how do I say clean after I add ER? Let me write it for you so you can read it.
As class.
How do I say clean after I added ER?
Cleaner.
Cleaner. Excellent. Thank you, Malik. Salam. Can you read number 2, please? My.
My.
B. D. Bed.
Bed.
And what's this letter? Salam, what's this letter?
Miss.
R. Room. Bedroom.
Room. Bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Is.
Mm-hmm. The.
The.
Continue here. Off. Off. Off.
Of.
Then. All. Salam, look at the letters. Look at the letters. All. All.
All.
The. Rooms.
Room.
In.
In.
The.
The.
House. So notice here, Salam, we're comparing between one bedroom and all the rooms in the house. So do we need to add ER or EST? Salam, do I need to add ER or EST to clean?
ER.
If I'm comparing between one thing and a lot of things, I need to add EST. If I'm comparing between only two things, I need to add ER. So here I have one bedroom and a lot of bedrooms. So what do I need to add? ER or EST? I'm saying that if I'm comparing between two nouns, I need to add ER. If it's one and a lot, I need to add EST. So here I have one bedroom and a lot of bedrooms. So do I add ER or EST to clean?
EST.
Good job, Salam. So I'm adding EST. Thank you, Salam. Yes. Do you have a question?
Miss.
Yes, Salam. What's your question? Read number 3, please.
That the tree is the done of all.
So here
all
I'm
green.
comparing between one tree and all the trees. So do I need to add ER or EST to green? Lamar,
Okay. Yeah.
do I need to add ER or EST?
EST.
EST. Well done. So this is how I'm going to write it. And how do I read it?
The tree is the greenest of all.
Well done, Lamar. Excellent. Okay. Yamin, can you help me with number 4?
Yeah.
Read it, please.
My
Eyes.
eyes are than my brother eyes green.
So I'm comparing here between my eyes, mine, and my brother's eyes. I'm comparing between 2 things here. So do I need to add ER or EST?
ER.
ER. Good job. Well done, Yamin.
E-
Change
E-
the color so you guys can see it better. Thank you, Yamin. Bashayr, read number 5, please.
My is
Number 5, Bashayr, number 5.
واضح
ايوه هيك
Number 5.
one
Yes.
day
The.
the فراغ
Space.
space of
Branch of.
branch of all on day
ده وليس بيت.
Correct. The. Tree. So we're comparing here, Bashayr, between the climbing of one person and the climbing of all trees. So he's comparing between one tree and all the trees. So do I need to add ER or EST here?
ER
If I'm comparing between one and a lot of things, do I need to add ER or EST?
EST
EST. Good job, Bashayr. So highest. We will do one more and then I'm going to give you guys a break so you can have a 12-minute breaks. Last one. Hawra, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Read number
I
6,
can-
please.
Okay. The branch is
Branch.
Then the
House.
house
Well done, Hawra. So I'm comparing between a branch and the house. I'm comparing between 2 things. So does that mean I need to add ER or EST?
EST.
If I'm comparing between only two,
ER.
ER. If I'm comparing between only two, I have to add ER.
ER.
Well done, Hawra.